A little freeze before the
Frozone.
podcast. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Whoa, back. Welcome to a brand new episode of On It. We're here. You got me. You got Devin returning with the same P hat. I still don't really get it. But it's here. Is this like what's is it putter?
No, you know what it's for.
Is it is
I'm
it
gonna
is
draw the rest of it. Dot
okay?
D
Can you
I
can you can we add
E
a
D Y.
letter each episode?
Oh yeah,
Each
that might
episode.
get me in trouble. Um,
Well, but like a hangman situation, or Jeopardy, or not
well,
Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune. Like you, maybe not every one
shouldn't spell out P
consecutively,
Diddy.
but you
It's
just.
not gonna be good for anybody.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So,
but no, in
um,
all actuality, it stands for Puma
oh, I didn't
Golf.
know that.
Puma
I,
Golf.
I didn't.
That's why there's fuzz on it.
I didn't know. Well, see, I thought it was like maybe it was like the like Putter Town or something. Like I don't know.
Close.
Either way, we are back. We are here. We are here to talk about Week 8 games. Cause a lot went down. I'm not gonna lie, Devin. So you missed the prediction episode, and I was sitting here saying that a lot of these games seem like they might be boring, and this might
Yeah,
be more of a boring week. And I'm gonna say shame on the NFL. Shame
sure.
on the NFL. They need to figure out their scheduling way better than this because they go weeks, teams having bye weeks, and going, we're going to have a 9:30 game in London. We're going to have double headers on Monday and have 5 or 6 1 o'clock games.
Yep.
But when there's 16 games,
No
we're
buys.
cramming. We're at 8
9.
games. 8 games at 1 o'clock. 5 games at 4 o'clock.
Yep.
A regular one Monday night, one Sunday night, Thursday
Yep.
night. That's it. No London game, no Monday night
No,
doubleheader.
no double Monday. No,
None to take
nothing.
off take the
It
load
should be
off.
it should be the complete opposite. Anytime there's no buys,
After a week
change
or
the schedule.
two, I prefer less games on my screens.
Of course.
Like it's a pain. It's a pain getting all these games, getting them all right. And YouTube
Yeah.
TV don't just be simple enough to be like, here you go, pick what games you want. You gotta like pick different. It's just
Yeah.
it's a problem.
Yep.
But either way, with that being said, I watched the games. I want to talk about the games. So let's get right into these games. First game, Devin, of Week 8. Atlanta versus Tampa Bay.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, I'm
so
glad that you reminded me that Mike and Godwin were out. I mean, Bucks didn't look terrible.
no, they didn't. So here's my problem with Tampa, or with Atlanta, or with just this game in general. So, like, Atlanta had more points,
Yeah.
but they did not like win.
No.
And what I mean is, did you see the Kyle Pitts touchdown
Yeah.
or the Kyle Pitts fumble? Kyle Pitts did not score.
No. And I
Kyle
mean, when I
Pitts,
first saw it, I thought he was in, and it was like bang bang still or whatever. But you watch that review, you watch down the line, and all those angles, it's sitting in his hand, and Winfield's fucking that ball's way loose.
see, 'cause I had the direct opposite thought when I saw him running, and I see as soon as I see him stop, like or start to like slow down, and I see Winfield hawking him,
Dude.
and as soon as the ball pops, I'm like, oh, he fumbled. He fumbled, and refs throw the hand. I expected the touchdown to be given to him,
Sure.
and then immediately it being
Review and
reversed,
yeah.
which it wasn't. So
Now was
I
that ball
mean,
batted through the end zone?
I honestly
I don't know
can't
where that ball finished.
honestly can't tell you if I remember what happened to that ball. I want to say bounced out of the end zone, so it would have been the Bucks, but it would have been touchback. It would have been Bucks ball.
Yeah.
Either way, we never. I mean, why expect like honest officiating in Week 8?
But the worst thing is that it's like it's not the on field officiating. Well, that's still a problem. But when you send it out there, you got fucking 30 people watching one fucking play. Figure it out.
Well,
Make
this is
the right
also
call.
like, I mean, because you weren't here to speak on the Sam Darnold face mask. It's like at this point,
Dude.
New York needs to step into everything, make every decision. It's sad that they have to hold the refs' hands, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what they have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
But I mean, everything's so quick now. It's like a play like that with Darnold, you can overturn that in 2 seconds.
Mhm.
Like, just go straight up, tap your head, or do whatever the fuck, and then boom, now they have a shot. Because that was the most blatant bullshit anyone's ever seen.
But
It's
I mean,
horrendous.
I feel like even with the Kyle Pitts, I mean, even with Kyle Pitts scoring that touchdown, there was no Godwin, no Mike Evans,
No
and
Mike, yeah.
Baker and the Bucks. They were still, they were that close to getting it done. They had a little
Yeah.
more time. If time was on their side, they might have won that game. If officiating was on their side, they might have won that game. If the reviews were on their side,
I'm looking at who he was throwing that ball to. I know Kate Otten and
yeah,
maybe
that's it.
another
I mean,
one
Cade
other
Otton.
man.
His best receivers that day were his running backs and Cade Otton.
Yeah.
So, that's what he was really working with. But
But again, Atlanta's not scary at all. The Bucks are going to be really fighting with Mike and Godwin out. Because honestly, I think they would have mushed the fucking Falcons if they had both of them. But the Falcons, not a scary team at all.
yeah, no, I was definitely expecting like if this was a healthy Bucks team, this would have been a revenge game from what 2 weeks ago. I mean, they just played in overtime a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
it was Thursday night, so I think it was two. It's like week
that
6.
was
Thursday night.
Cousins' 500-yard game.
Yeah, it was when he threw 400 balls.
Exactly. Well, Baker threw 50 times this game.
Baker throws a lot of footballs.
He does.
Baker throws a lot of footballs. All right. Arizona versus Miami.
Walk off.
So, I hate to say this. I hate to be that guy. Tua ain't saving shit. This whole Tua's gonna come back and save Miami. They need Tua. It's like no.
Yeah, no. A lot of their in the games that they lost without Tua, it's like, yes, having Tua may have improved their team slightly because Huntley and Skylar Thompson weren't great, but that the rest of that team was struggling.
Yeah, it was also okay, Tua's going to come back and save it. It's like, no, Tua's going to come back and be a better option at quarterback than what they have.
Yes.
And play a little bit better. But I think, okay, here's the thing. If he wasn't a first-round pick from Alabama, if he wasn't Tua, the guy that came in his freshman year and won the national championship.
Yep.
If he wasn't that guy and say he got concussed, but then was okay and came back a week before as a fake name and a secret undrafted free agent quarterback and played, people would have shit all over him.
I still don't understand where the bias for Tua comes from. It's like he doesn't. Yes, he gets the ball to Tyreek and what's his name, but outside of that, he doesn't show us a whole lot. That's like, holy fuck, this guy's the answer to this terrible Dolphins team right now.
Well, it's like most teams are also if they know their quarterback isn't hot shit,
they say it.
They'll probably
everyone talks shit about Daniel Jones.
Now, I guess okay, maybe Miami isn't used to the greatest quarterback play. Okay, Washington isn't used to the greatest quarterback play. So even if Jaden Daniels isn't playing this well, you could the love is there. But he's actually just playing good football.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. But this is Chicago, with Tua. It's been what 5-6 years now, almost.
It's been a minute
of just.
It's been 6
okay
years.
Football.
It ain't been 6 years of Tua in the damn league.
4?
That 4 sounds more, but it did.
No, he wasn't 20. I don't know when he was drafted.
I won't harp on his time, but yeah, 5 seasons.
Yeah, he's been in a while. But yeah, I mean, with the concussions and whatever, I don't know. He can decide to play football if he wants, but it's not the fact that I don't know, if it was Lamar Jackson who had 6 concussions, the Ravens would still be yo, we need this motherfucker out here no matter what.
Yeah.
With Tua, it's if he did retire, I'm not sure the Dolphins fans would be that pissed.
Yeah, Miami could move on.
Easily.
Now,
I mean, it's not going to be to Skylar Thompson or Tyler Huntley, but still.
No, it'd be Deshaun Watson. But I
Well,
mean,
I don't know about that.
there's
I don't know if
absolutely
Miami's
no
gonna. I think
realm
Cleveland
to
may have
that.
been. Yeah, Miami might not help out him very much.
Why?
Never mind.
I mean, it's a better place. It's a better place than Cleveland.
Football team wise.
Shout out to Joakim Noah, who Cleveland. What is there to do in Cleveland?
Fair.
What are we doing in Cleveland?
Which is
All right.
why Deshaun needed to be there. But
Speaking of Cleveland,
yes.
we got the Baltimore Ravens versus
I
the
mean,
Cleveland Browns.
for you, it has to feel somewhat bittersweet, because it's like y'all lost and y'all lost to a divisional team, but you get to see the comeback hero story of the greatest quarterback on the planet, and
All right, haha, it's funny. Shout out Jameis. He did not play good at all. I'm going to talk about the Ravens, and I honestly don't know where to start, so I'm going to start right here. First of all, coaching staff did what they love to do and put us in a terrible position from the jump.
of course,
And I mean, we've been complaining about the Ravens coaching staff for years. At this point, they just got this weird loyalty thing with John Harbaugh, and it's like it's just gonna have to stay that way until the Lamar era is over.
Yeah.
Like once the Lamar era is over, then maybe we'll finally be able to get John Harbaugh out of here. But it's like, I'm over the man. He's just such a good guy, and it's like he's this and he's that. And it's like I'm over it. Like If it means we'll just make better decisions as a team throughout football games, I'm okay with a coach change or something changing in that coaching staff.
Because it's a similar thing to Tomlin, but again, it's like I don't know who would you go out and Bill.
How many field goals did Mike Tomlin kick today?
Like 12.
A lot. How many does he kick all season?
A
lot. Because when he needs his points, he takes his points.
He takes his points, yeah.
So in the beginning,
yeah, for the first drive to go for it with a fucking, what was that, a wildcat?
Yeah, so it was 4th and 1.
The worst place you could put Derrick Henry.
It was 4th and 1 on the 7-yard line.
Yeah.
We were in wildcat formation, running a play we've never ran before.
Yeah.
With Derrick Henry taking a direct snap, I wonder what. I wonder if
getting
this
mushed.
is. I wonder if this is.
I wonder if he's
QB
gonna throw
draw.
the ball or not. Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't know if you noticed.
11 dudes running at the same player. He's gonna get taken down.
I don't know if you noticed, but the Browns were very locked in on stopping the run specifically, when Derrick Henry had the ball or when it was designed for Lamar. When Lamar was dropping back to throw and getting loose, he was getting loose.
He was loose, yeah.
I mean, bro had I can't remember, honestly. I think like 40-something yards, but either way.
46,
yeah. We could have taken those 3 points, and then when we needed to be in the position to score a touchdown because we were down 5 at the end of the game, and got all the way down to the 30-yard line, and could have just been in field goal range, down 2 points to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lamar Jackson did. Look, there were a couple overthrows, missed throws earlier in that game by Lamar, and there were definitely some plays he wished he could have back. But at the end of the day, Rashad Bateman dropped the best ball Lamar gave.
Hit him in the neck.
A beautiful ball from Lamar Jackson. So if you want to talk about the 10-yard dig route that he missed Isaiah Likely on, okay, whatever. He threw a bomb to Rashad's chest, and Rashad just the sun. Boing. Like the sun is this is the first day the sun.
It's the first time the sun is the sun.
They've never they didn't blow the Cowboys out in the worst stadium for sun. Either way, that's besides the point. Lamar did what he had to do, went down the drive before, scored.
Yeah.
And then when he needed the touchdown, obviously couldn't get it done. But had we gotten that field goal in the beginning of the game, we would have won this football game. Now, there's one other thing.
But also not going for that field goal changed the momentum entirely. You guys were driving easy 100%. As fuck. And then right when they know that how dumb you guys are going to play and just try to go after them with Derrick Henry, they shut it down.
You could put all that aside. You could take the coaching decisions and put it on the side. You could take the Rashad Bateman drop and put it aside. You can take the missed the other missed field goal from Tucker and put
Yep.
it aside. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna put this out there. I don't care as a DB how versatile you are, how athletic you are, how many spots they can put you on the field. How all that is cool, Devin. All that is great. I love those attributes to a player, a defensive back is great. But if you can't catch a ball thrown to you, get off my team, bro. Get off my team, bro. I don't care if you're 6'4", 230, and can do this and can do that. And I went to Notre Dame, and he's just really the potential in this man. I don't give a fuck, Devin. I don't care. We got some 6'4" linebacker playing safety that can't catch a ball, that had 4 opportunities and one ball and 1 catch. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. Kyle Hamilton disappointed me to the point where it's like, how could I even root for, oh, man, he hit him really hard.
Yes,
He
sir.
hit him really hard. It's like, okay, here's what I'm going to take. Everything I said about Marlon Humphrey back. Because do you know what I'd rather have? Do you know what I'd rather have? Somebody who's going to get burnt here and there. Somebody who's going to miss a tackle. But if they're dropping back in their zone and a ball's thrown their way, they're going to fucking come down with it. I'll take it. Eddie Jackson needs to go put some fries in a fucking bag now. I hate Eddie Jackson so much, Devin. Eddie Jackson might be the worst defensive back to ever play football in the history of the sport. I'm talking history of the sport. Sure, when he had a Chicago Bears jersey on, he was a different person. Eddie Jackson in a Baltimore Ravens jersey is literally some meth head in Florida right now on the side of the street, bent on fent. I'm telling you, dude, Eddie Jackson is terrible. Got his ass burnt. The play after Kyle Hamilton dropped the interception for the touchdown, dropped 2 interceptions thrown right to him from Jameis Winston. That would be a total of 3 balls that Jameis Winston threw right to our defensive backs that they couldn't come down with. Am I bitter? I'm a little bitter. But at the end of the day, can I be mad that I know we had this game in our hands? Am I going to sit here and act like we didn't just have a 5-game winning streak?
Yeah.
Am I going to sit here and act like we're not going to have another chance to play the Browns? Oh, the Steelers are 6-2, but we haven't played them yet?
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Like,
not worried. I'm just frustrated that this was a win we could have had. Like, I don't care, oh, we could have had a 6-game winning streak. Oh, the Steelers are ahead. It's like, no, like, we just should have won this game.
But there's so many games just over the course of generally a Ravens season where you lose the games that you're really supposed to win, especially, like, pregame. Obviously, you guys were supposed to smoke the Browns, but when you have, tons of opportunities in-game.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
And you guys don't play up to your real standard. Because you guys
Because what do we do?
Again, the best team in the league. But you go out and you fucking fuck up here, fuck up there, and then miss a kick there, and then it's all over.
Bro, the Ravens make me so fucking mad because they can beat the best team in the league by 3 touchdowns and then turn around and lose to the Raiders.
Yep.
Turn around and lose to the Raiders, Devin.
Yep.
I it's fine. It's okay. Either way, it's like, yeah, you look at the end of the game and it's like, oh, the Browns beat the Ravens. Like, oh, the Ravens should have won. No. The Ravens should have won.
The Ravens had a walk-in.
And this wasn't like, oh, Isaiah Likely was out of bounds and this and that. Or,
no.
Jameis was begging for one of us to catch an interception. I mean, when I say throwing it to our defensive backs, I mean Eddie Jackson in the end zone, dropping it. Eddie Jackson over top, dropping it. Colin Hamilton, chest, boom, 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 dropping it. I mean, it's just, Jameis was doing what Jameis did, and that was just chucking.
Yep.
And it was great. It was fun to watch.
He had some good balls out there, but
and that's why I enjoyed it, because when they didn't need to, he was, fuck it, I'm launching
that
it.
bitch, dude.
And there were many times where I went, oh, we're picking it up. Never mind.
Nope.
Because our defensive backs for a reason, Devin.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Any of the hate, I mean, like I don't want to see any blame on Lamar or whatever. It's like, nah, like Lamar did what he was supposed to do. Our coaching staff is full of a bunch of inbred idiots, and I guess.
And if your receivers can't catch the ball either, big problem.
Yeah, just shout out to Rashad Bateman. But
which sucks because Bate's been playing fairly well this year compared to how he has been in the past.
But I mean, no Wiggins or Humphrey. Okay, like I'll take it. If that's how we're gonna lose, if that's what it takes for us to lose, we have to drop 3 interceptions. We have to get stuffed 4th and 1 with Derrick Henry. Because here's the thing: even if we were just lined up in I formation and handed it off, we probably would
Sure.
have gotten
You
it.
have a way better shot. But
Even
when
if
you
we would have,
snap it to him,
yeah, or if we just put the ball in the most versatile player's hands,
exactly.
that being Lamar Jackson.
Why are you ever taking the ball out of Lamar's hands?
Fucking
Run an
idiot.
option.
They're
He'll
idiots.
figure it out.
They're idiots. I
You
mean,
guys are
it's
one of the
just
best short range teams. Or short and goal, or I don't even know how to speak. You guys are the best at that because you have the most versatile player who can throw it and who can just fucking walk through and.
I mean, okay. I mean, honestly, you want to be real? It's 4th and 1. I'm bootlegging it, and I'm daring you to catch Lamar,
Sure.
beat him to the sideline for a
Agreed.
yard.
Yeah.
I'm
It's a
gonna
yard.
dare you. It's a yard. I'm gonna
It's a
dare you.
yard.
And if you can catch Lamar, good job. But if
Good
it
on
takes
you.
11 for you to stuff Derrick Henry
Yeah.
up the A gap, all right,
Yeah.
cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not like the worst thing is that yes, this is a divisional loss. But I think we're still gonna have a good record at the end of the year. I'm still not afraid.
There's no. I mean, and again, this division isn't scary. What, the Bengals are 2-6 now.
Don't say that. Oh my
Or
god.
3 and something. I don't
But
know.
I'm just saying, don't remind me that they
And
are
the Steelers are. I mean,
3-5. The Bengals are
okay,
3-5.
but the Steelers are a waste of a 6-2. So
Dude, like what a waste! Like they're damn near as much as a waste of 6-2 as Denver is 5-3.
agreed.
But all right,
Denver is horrendous.
moving on from the Ravens and the Browns, we got Green Bay versus Jacksonville. So,
Yosh.
like, okay, this was another game right here where it was like, if we're gonna have a legit Packers squad, like they need to blow the brakes off of Jacksonville. Especially this point in Jacksonville's season, it's like
And Jacksonville's probably about to fire Doug Peterson.
they suck.
Like they're about to start tanking.
But Jordan Love, another injury, a groin injury.
Yeah.
He goes out. Malik Willis comes in.
Malik comes in.
And you know, I kind of jumped to this crazy like hot take a couple weeks ago when he had his MCL thing going on and Malik Willis was finding ways to win games. But it's like, if Malik Willis is gonna keep coming in and doing enough to win, it's like,
it's like no, this Packers team is still good enough to beat a team like Jacksonville without a Jordan Love.
Like
it's not to shit on Jordan Love, but it's like how good is Jordan Love compared to the rest of this team?
Like
or is
how
this
much?
team just good?
How much are you really worth?
Exactly. Like this. Like with Daniel Jones. Like we don't know how much he's worth when Saquon was on the field.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how much Jordan Love is worth when this team is playing well.
Well, but it's like
apparently it's $55 million a year.
See,
just
but here's
like
the
Trevor
thing.
Lawrence.
It's like Jaden Daniels gets hurt, and Marcus Mariota comes in. So your rookie quarterback gets hurt, and for one game, your backup quarterback comes in, plays great, wins the game. That's
now
cool.
it was the Panthers.
But I'm saying there's no pressure on the franchise for, what are you gonna do now? It's like, we're gonna keep playing our first round quarterback that's been playing good all year.
Exactly.
See, I got you. You thought I was about to say something bad about what? No, I'm saying, there's no pressure on them. It's like, no, like we're gonna play. But if this continues to happen, where it's like y'all just gave Jordan Love a bunch of money, like the biggest bag, like literally the biggest bag.
Second,
Wait, who's number one?
Dak. Dak deserves that money. What a fucking loser.
But just Jordan Love having the second biggest bag, and then just having good old Malik Willis who couldn't beat Will Levis out for a spot in Tennessee.
Exactly.
It's like
fucking
how
what's
good
his name?
are you? Like, how good are you?
Yeah, I mean we don't know. I mean I never really believed in the Jordan Love hype because it was, I don't know, again, it was like nothing incredibly like outstanding from Jordan Love. Like he played well enough to make the playoffs last year and the Packers team was good. But yeah, I don't know. He's not outstanding, and that is why all these guys have 50, $60 million contracts. Trevor Lawrence has the same contract as, or almost, as Jordan Love. He's 2-6. He's showing no
All right.
signs of stardom.
Okay, but like if like Trevor Lawrence goes down,
Yeah.
like are the Jags gonna be 3-6 or are they gonna be 2-7?
Well, maybe we have to see how good Mac Jones is.
But bro, bro, be real though. Be real though.
No, they're going to continue to lose.
Okay, but exactly, and I'm saying like I there were more questions about Jordan Love when he got paid, and there were way okay, and especially Trevor Lawrence coming into the NFL was like he's Trevor Lawrence.
Of course. And then
Jordan
no,
Love
this
got
Jags team
drafted.
is like really horrible.
Yes,
And
but
Christian
Jordan
Kirk just
Love,
went out for the season, I think.
but Christian Kirk broke his collarbone, I believe.
Collarbone, yeah.
But Jordan Love, when he got drafted, it was like, what are you doing here?
What the fuck are we doing? Exactly.
Well, why are you even here? Which
and
wasn't
then
his
everyone talks
fault.
about how he sat behind Aaron and how that's going to impact his career, or whatever. But at the end of the day, the Packers are going to continue to play mid-level football for the next 20 years, and that'll be cool. Matt LaFleur still sucks.
And I'm also gonna say, like, because I do like Aaron Rodgers, and I don't think he's like when it comes to like quarterbacks behind him, like I don't feel like he like was a douchebag to them. But
no,
Aaron
who was?
Rodgers,
Was that Tannehill? Who said that?
Maybe, I don't know. I think a lot of quarterbacks talk shit, but
Sure.
Aaron Rodgers does things in such an Aaron Rodgers like it's my way, like it's almost like what is not Matt Stafford, but even Matt Stafford, like what is Patrick Mahomes gonna tell a rookie quarterback? Like when Patrick Mahomes gets older, like just like
just suck Roger Goodell's
contort
balls
your
every
body
night.
and like bend your arm down 90-degree angle and throw it 45 yards across the field. Travis is gonna be right there to catch it.
Yep.
Like what do you?
Good. It's
like what do you? There's no like Aaron Rodgers is so like. I don't know,
and at the same time, like I think more so they talk about like how to be an NFL player or whatever, because like Pat sat behind Alex Smith. In no way are the games similar. It might be less of like how they play the game, but at the same time, it's like we'll see dudes go out and ball in their rookie years and sit behind nobody. So they talk about that all the time. I think it's bullshit. The quarterback is the quarterback. Like sitting 3 years isn't going to change someone's life. But
I could believe Patrick Mahomes could learn more like about professionalism from Alex Smith than what Jordan Love could get out of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was, let's be real,
Aaron Rodgers
kind of disrespectful. Like,
being a brat for 4 years.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like by the time Jordan Love got to Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers was calling all of his shots, doing whatever he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Smith was still trying to like be on a
team.
To be
on a team. Yeah.
So
But I definitely think Aaron has some type of complex, and we'll get to the Jets. But
here's a problem with the Jets, Devin. Let's talk about the Jets.
Sure.
Let's talk about the Jets. So the Jets lose to New England. And I really don't know how to even start with this loss.
Not only, they lost to the Pats. They lost to Jacoby Brissett. And then that defense that's supposed to be up there with the 2000 Ravens and the 2013 Seahawks and the 85 Bears and all these great defenses. Shit. They're worse than defenses that aren't talked about ever. The fucking Bears in fucking 2012, maybe. I have no idea. They stink.
I don't understand, because when they were playing well, the Jets offense were struggling. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as the Jets offense, I'm not even gonna say some 180 flip, but now it's like they make the move for Devontae, still aren't doing anything on the offensive side of the ball.
Nope.
And their defense is playing like shit against the New England Patriots, mind you.
This was supposed to be a walkthrough.
Yeah,
easy fucking blowout.
Last episode, I was like, this is the only team they've looked good against, so they're gonna win this game, and that was really it. This is the only team they've looked good against. They didn't even look good.
They looked horrible.
They did not look good. I'm it's at this point where it's like you can't. I don't. I mean, a lot of people are acting like Aaron Rodgers is like it's the New York Jets. I don't know how many shots he's truly calling when it comes to like fire Robert Saleh, get Devontae Adams, this and that. Okay, hold on. I'm saying it was probably more like, hey, like you. I know you like playing with Devontae. You like playing with Devontae. You want Devontae? Yeah, like you want Devontae? Like, duh. Okay, yeah, let's get Devontae fucking Adams.
Yeah.
If there was absolutely no answer or no way to meet their asking price,
Yeah.
they weren't gonna get Devontae.
Of course.
They got to a point where they were almost at a stalemate, and they weren't gonna have that trade.
Of course.
But what tipped it over the edge was that loss last week or the two weeks ago.
Well, they lost last week too.
Well, last week
they got mushed by the Steelers.
But then like I don't think every week Aaron Rodgers is sitting there like, who do I blame next?
I don't. It's all become so weird because of the way that they initially treated the whole Aaron thing, where he was getting Lazard and getting Randall Cobb, and he loved Saleh, and he wanted to bring in, what's their OC's name? Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
Who's, I think, by far a way bigger problem than Robert Saleh was. Robert Saleh's a great defensive mind.
I mean, what is Nathaniel Hackett now? A cheerleader?
Essentially, he can't call plays. But then they fire. I honestly think that the firing of Saleh came from the Jets, not Aaron. But no, then they put in their DC as a head coach, which makes no sense because he also sucks.
The Jets needed to blame somebody when they're.
But now it's like everyone is shit in the bed. This is good for nobody.
No.
And Aaron looks bad too. So.
And also, like, I don't want to be like super biased, but like, you know that ball Rashad dropped?
Yeah.
There's a receiver that we could have like traded for.
Yeah.
And I like Devontae might have caught that ball.
Yeah.
Devontae could be over winning. Like winning
No,
with us.
it is. It's absurd that Devontae left the Raiders and all that money and was like, I need to find a place to win. And went to a place with a quarterback who he's never won with.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like, what the fuck do you think is going to change with a worse organization, a much worse organization? I shit on the Packers, but the Jets are a much worse organization. Older quarterback and a diminished offense, essentially. Because if you went to the Packers right now, they have a better offense than the Jets do right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to organizations, comparing the Packers to the Jets is like SEC to Sunbelt.
Sure.
Like it's Packers.
Not even ACC.
Or no, maybe I said ACC. I meant SEC.
No. I'm saying they're not even Power 5.
You were okay.
Like this is one of the worst organizations in all of sports. Devontae would have had a much better shot of winning had he gone to Baltimore. Shit, I mean, maybe fucking 10 other fucking teams.
Well,
and we're gonna sit here every week and wait for the Jets to turn it around. But honestly, one or two more losses, maybe one more loss is the end of their season.
Yeah, I mean,
they go 2-7. They're fucked.
Let's see what Jets. So Jets are 2-6 right now. Let's all remember that this is the AFC. They got Houston. They got Houston Thursday, so let's not talk about that because we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah.
They got Arizona, Indy, and then they got a bye week. All right, so Arizona, Indy, and then a bye week. Like,
I know, but we sit here. They just lost to the Steelers. They just lost to the Pats. It's like when are they gonna beat a fucking bad team?
But then they come off the bye. They got Seattle, Miami, Jacksonville, and then they got LA, Buffalo, and they might finish the season with Miami.
They're fucked.
I'm not gonna say they're fucked. They got like they got like they.
I think that they can win 8.
Like I was about to agree with you when you said like if they lose 2 more games they're fucked. Like they can't lose 2.
No, they have one Yeah,
They have one
basically
more
one.
loss in them to maybe make the playoffs.
But it's like there's nothing that they have shown us that we would see them go win fucking 6 straight.
Yeah, I know, I know, but
Like there's
it's.
nothing good about this team.
I still just feel like and I know it sounds it to me it just sounds crazy still to say like Aaron Rodgers and the Jets like they're just not gonna figure it out at all. Like they're just gonna continue
No,
to
it
play this
just
bad.
sneaks up on you. It's like
But I still
they have 2 bad games and we're like, but it's Aaron Rodgers. They'll fucking figure it out. And now we're
see
fucking
I
week 9.
still like I felt maybe they figured it out too late, but
I don't know if they ever will.
but I don't think if Aaron Rodgers goes out like this, it's like does he even stay a Jet? Does he even stay in the league? Does he
Yeah,
just make him even want to play
because for
football?
years he was talking about maybe not playing anymore. Yeah, no, definitely doesn't seem like he has any shot of winning right now.
Like
And
I
it's
could
like if he
see.
goes somewhere else, like, is he gonna fall under the like what organization would he go to where he could trust them to give him a Super Bowl
An
chance? I don't know why he went to the
organization,
Jets in the first
an
place, but
organization that Aaron Rodgers can trust. See, now I went straight to like before you were saying trust. It was like I mean, like if he was throwing the ball to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, like that
sure.
would be intense. But like trust, can he trust Miami? Eh, I don't know.
I honestly think
Um,
that he'll try to figure it out in New York next year, depending on how bad this season gets.
we'll see.
But clearly, I mean, not clearly, but they're probably not going to make the playoffs. Um, so yeah, honestly, yeah, I think he'll try to rough it out. But
But yeah, Phil, the the Patriots won. The Patriots beat the Jets. All right. Houston versus Indy. So what? What's so funny?
your boy,
That is not my boy.
sure about that?
Anthony Richardson ain't my boy. He
I
we're
mean, is
not.
anyone going to listen to us when we say that he is a horrendous quarterback? He went 10 of
Bro,
32.
but it's like I feel bad. Like I genuinely like
He's not a
no,
quarterback.
no,
He hasn't played
Devin.
quarterback since high school,
Devin, listen to me.
basically.
Like when you watch like like when I was a kid, like okay, you're more like cold hearted than me, so maybe you didn't have this feeling. But like when I was a kid, like I was a little fat kid, so when I watched Tammy, like I would feel bad. Like I
When
would
you watch
genuinely
what?
Tammy, like Melissa McCarthy,
Sure.
because it
Yeah, yeah.
was like she was trying so hard to like be happy, but it's like
Of
she
course.
was just this sad big girl, and it was like
Sad big
I
woman, yeah.
like genuinely in my heart, like in my chest, like I felt bad.
Sure. No,
So it was
I
like
have that. I mean, not toward.
her trying to be a fictional character, but it's like
Yes.
it's like her just trying to find joy in her situation.
Yes.
And it was like watching Anthony Richardson throw 32 balls and finally find one in the end zone and the
Yeah.
joy he had.
Sure.
Like him so excited running down the field because like in my heart it's like damn, like he knows he might not do that again. Like
Yeah, yeah.
like and it makes me feel so bad because I mean like there was one play he scrambled for like a yard, gets like wrapped up, and I'm like oh he's hurt, like joking.
Mhm.
He gets up and pulls himself out the game, and I was like no way, like there's no way, like he came back in a couple the next drive, but still I'm like
Do you know why he pulled himself?
me no I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Oh, well, the entire talk of today, yesterday, was he did an interview afterward. He said, and I think the head coach said the same thing. He pulled himself because he was tired. He didn't pull himself because he was hurt. He pulled himself because he ran on 3 straight plays, and then he went like this on a crucial 3rd down when they're down by 10, and pulled himself from the game. So there's a lot of calls for his job. But the Colts still say he's the number QB1. But no, he did this because he didn't
Because
want
he
to play.
was tired.
He said it himself. He said I was burnt, or he said I don't have the quote, but he said that he was tired. The head coach said that he had just ran 3 plays straight, like where he was running the ball, and then he tapped out. He said, "Nah, go run a third down without me."
So I bring up my team a lot throughout the podcast, but
Yeah,
so I watched this guy.
that was my first thought too.
I watched this guy Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
who like even when he's not supposed to run, will run around for like 10 seconds and then throw a 40-yard bomb, and then run like a 15-yarder and then hurry up to the line and then run another play.
Yep.
That is the saddest shit I've ever see, but it's like, all right, now I don't feel bad. Like
no, and that's why I was like, I got the touchdown thing, but then you started talking about him tapping himself out, and I was like, yeah, no, he.
Well, no. I mean, like, I didn't feel bad for him tapping him out, period. But like now that it's like, okay, like, I was like, oh, he got hurt.
Yeah.
And then I watched him tap himself out. I was like, there's no way. But now it's like, okay, so he was tired. Like, okay.
So not only was he playing a horrible game, he said, yes, I'm tired. Take me out.
It's third down. Put Joe Flacco in.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're not committing to him starting next week, or it says they will.
Holy shit! I don't know why, but
it says they're evaluating everything. So Joe might and hopefully does start next week because this is sad.
I don't know why. Like my brain went to like Kobe's rolling over in his fucking grave.
Yeah.
Like you're pulling yourself out on third down because you're tired. Like you're the starting quarterback.
No, but it's not even like just like Kobe Mamba mentality. It's every fucking NFL player. Bro. It's like he could have pulled himself from that game. Honestly, the head coach should have said, "Fuck that, you're done.
Yeah,
you're not going back in.
Don't go, bro.
Do not go back in."
Oh my god! And the amount of coaches.
And then that could have been the end of his fucking career because he's basically he's a fucking D end.
If it's not Anthony Richardson's job, it's Bro's job. It's head coach's job. Get bro out of there, and then whoever comes in as head coach can just get rid of Anthony Richardson.
I don't think I've ever seen that. I mean, we've seen it from fucking running backs or tight ends or fucking defensive players or whatever. They'll tap themselves out, go take a play off.
Well, I mean, because they're usually but that's
because they're usually moving a lot.
But
even if you're a running quarterback, you're a guy who they say is built like a horse.
But like you can't go back to the huddle, catch your breath, like
call timeout.
I was about to say use a timeout. Shit, fake an injury. I mean, at this point,
he stood up immediately.
Yeah, if you're Anthony Richardson, you could have just rolled over and grabbed your knee, and we would have believed you, bro. We would have believed you.
You're hurt every game. So.
Oh man, that's a shame. I wanted to talk about Houston.
Yeah.
Which it's like, all right, they beat Indianapolis, but here's my problem with Houston. We gassed them up like they're supposed to be a top-notch team in the NFL this year. And just the way they're playing, like the way I can describe them, like they're cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're cool, but like they've these close games they've been in. They've been in 2 close games with Indianapolis. That they had a close win versus Chicago, a close win versus Jacksonville. These are games that should be blowouts for them.
Of course,
these should be absolute blowout games for Houston, especially the expectations in Houston's team. Period.
Yes.
So,
I mean. With last year, it was like now they played great last year. They made the playoffs, whatever. I mean, they were about fucking 10 yards away from missing the playoffs, and the Colts making it. This is hype with C.J. Stroud. Yes, still a great quarterback, but they add Stephon Diggs. But there was so much, like, I don't know, hype around a team for making the playoffs, for going 9-7, or 9-8 or whatever the fuck.
They didn't go 10-7.
They
didn't go 10-7.
10-7 maybe. Yeah, I'm confused now. I always confuse myself with the 17 game math, but yeah, there's still. I think they can get better, but right now, they're still trying to find their feet. They're not. mushing
See,
teams.
my worry with this team is, and here I'm gonna call my shot for this season and the future. My worry for this team is they can't get it done this year, and I mean maybe it's too early to say that, but I don't think this is their year. I mean just it's
No,
still they're I mean these close games that they're playing in. I mean it's already telling me like what are they gonna do in the fourth quarter versus Kansas City, Baltimore.
agreed.
I mean,
But I think
Buffalo.
they
I mean,
can find their stride. Like this is a team. Like they're 6-2. They're not in a bad spot. They don't have to play
yeah.
fucking like desperation ball.
Mhm.
But right now, yeah, they're not gonna go out there and compete with the Ravens or I mean shit maybe, but
But
no one
my
can compete with the Chiefs apparently.
but then what I'm scared of is a year or two from now. It's how scary is that team going to be with Joe Mixon and Diggs? You know, like
Agreed.
they're going
Like
to
how
be.
long are these dudes
I
gonna
mean,
be?
Diggs is hurt now. Now Diggs is supposed to miss next or this Thursday. He's going to miss Thursday's game versus the
Yeah.
Jets. But it's like it's like this was a team built for like a year or two window.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, they definitely caught lightning last year, and now this year they were building
but
up to
but this specific team,
because they were in the what AFC divisional last year.
yeah.
This year they tack on two pieces. That's supposed to be
Hmm.
their next just
Like
big push. They're supposed to get much better, but
this team in particular, their window is a year or two, and then it's going to have to be not a rebuild, but you're going to have to start putting a lot more pieces around CJ Stroud because you can obviously build a Super Bowl team around him.
sure.
But this team in particular, it's already like just with the comp in the AFC right now, and just in the league period, and the window for players like Diggs and Mixon, it's like,
Yeah.
I
No,
don't know if
and
this roster gets it done.
I still think that they can. It's just this season, just in general, it's like a lot of what we expected to happen is going in weird ways. Obviously, there's the teams that we know are going to be good, but these kind of middle of the road teams are going both ways now. But yeah, I think they can get better. I don't think they're in a bad spot. And honestly, it might be nice to have a game without Diggs to see how that offense can work without him,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
especially against how bad the Jets have played. So
and we didn't even talk about Diggs being an absolute dick last week.
I didn't see that. I know you texted me about that.
So you, and a week later, you still haven't seen it?
No.
It's not worth looking up, but I will just say. So he goes over, he starts talking shit to Jair Alexander and the whole Green Bay.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, of
Okay, you
course.
know exactly what I'm talking
But
about.
his
Then. So
brother's on the same type of shit too. His brother's being
yeah,
a
but
fucking loser
like
too.
I love Diggs. Like I really like Diggs, but I did say when they made this move to Houston,
Don't bring some drama.
I said you might have to watch out for the drama. And you know it's funny because when I said that, people were like, "Oh, of course." Of course,
Of course, they're talking about diva receivers.
this white man, and he's saying, "Don't bring this drama." It's like no, it's like he's
It's like
bringing.
I don't know how many receivers there are in the league. I'm probably say over 100. Um, not a lot of them follow dudes out of tunnels. Who does
Yeah,
that? I've never
and
seen that in my
then
life.
and then he he does all that shit, and then it was chippy all game, and then after the game he's asked about it, and he's like, "Oh, well, there's one thing about me, I'm petty. I don't let things go."
I don't let things go.
And it's like,
It's
bro,
like
if
maybe why not try to?
any other 30-year-old man was saying this, people would be clowning the shit out of
I've
him.
had that thought a lot more recently, where it's like these dudes play football
They're grown men,
and they're grown ass men and they still have this weird like
but
little petty shit that
like,
they got.
but listen to what you just said. They do play a game.
They play now there's millions of dollars on the line here,
Yeah,
but still, it gets real stupid and petty. And I mean, we saw that a lot with fucking Odell and how he's all that bullshit. But
it's just stupid. Stephon Diggs.
no, it's
he-
stupid. It's yeah, I've never seen anybody follow a dude out of the tunnel like that. That was very odd.
Diggs is just a weirdo.
Just like,
But he's good enough to get all that attention without doing all that.
of course,
Like he don't need to do all that. Like I was really hoping he was coming to Houston without all that bullshit, but he did not come to
because
Houston with all
CJ
that
isn't
bullshit.
about that bullshit.
CJ don't need to deal with like here's the thing. CJ Stroud, like I was saying, year 2 doesn't need to be going into a game with his receiver going into the game pissed the fuck off because he got in a fight pregame. Like it's like,
Agreed.
bro,
Yeah.
like lock in.
It's
lock in.
like CJ's still super young, Diggs needs to be a leader on this team.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be that
like
old
CJ's
vet.
over there warming up and looks over like, is this normal? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
is this what is this bro?
Are
Is
we
this what bro?
supposed to do that?
Is
Yeah.
bro just gonna do this all the time?
Yeah, no. Diggs needs to be a leader.
But anyways, Philly versus Cincy.
Yes.
I mean, I guess
Since he still sucks, brother. Swag.
and I'll take it. I'll take Cincy being
No,
terrible.
it's nice.
Probably the best Phillies looked all year.
Of course.
I mean, Jalen Hurts.
Philly hasn't looked like a strong team much.
But I mean, Jalen Hurts with his arm and his legs. I mean, was cooking. Saquon was doing his thing. I mean,
Saquon is props to Saquon, dude. He's been a constant in this league for what 6 some years now. Outside of all the injuries, when he's on the field, he's gonna play well.
you
There's no doubt.
Really touch Saquon. No. Detroit versus Tennessee.
What a game.
So okay,
what an absolute fucking piss blowout.
Like that's a perfect example of what a good team is supposed to look like.
1,000%.
Like when a good team, when a 5-1 team is going up against a 1-5 team.
Yep.
This is what you should expect.
Yep.
Your quarterback should only need to throw for 85 yards and somehow still have 3 touchdowns and only 3 incompletions.
Yeah.
Because and then your running back who had a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. I mean, it's just like it's so simple.
They threw the ball with Gibbs and someone else.
I mean, on absolutely.
Hendon Hooker threw a couple passes.
They were following on absolutely every cylinder. Special teams, offense, defense, just getting every single. I mean, just doing everything they were supposed to do. Going in 5-1, 1-5. That's what a 5-1 team should look like versus Tennessee Titans. Period.
Yep. I mean, props to Dan Campbell. He's doing it right.
Dan Campbell is, he's probably the best head coach in the league.
That's how you head coach, dude. You make these people, you make the culture, not like a bunch of these other people who let their 40-year-old quarterback make the culture.
The Chargers and Saints happened.
That was that game was sitting at 2-3 for a long while. It was weird. You see that Herbert play?
No.
Herbert threw a ball and got hit. He was getting wrapped up at the leg. And then the DN decides to, instead of letting him go, takes him and tries to, crank his knee down and spin him like a fucking alligator. And then Bradley Bozeman comes through and decks him and tries to, choke him out. It was nice.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but is there not a penalty about quarterbacks getting hit below the knee after throwing a football?
Yes, but this was and then it was, that was rough. The Ndamukong Suh level, fuckery.
Oh, okay.
Where it was well after the play. They'd both stopped moving, and then he decided to take his knee and kind of twist it.
But what's that penalty that I'm thinking of? Is it just? I
think it's just roughing the passer, hitting the quarterback below the knee.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say there was a specific quarterback that got hit like that last week, but it just reminded me when you said Justin Herbert getting hit like that. No, I didn't see that at all. I did not see Justin Herbert getting absolutely wrapped up.
Yeah, it was pretty dirty.
Buffalo, Cincinnati, Buffalo versus Seattle.
Buffalo. I mean, you're pretty right about Seattle.
Yeah,
they suck.
I keep trying to tell people that Seattle is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle is not a good football team. I don't care what if the Jets don't prove you can have all the names in the world, still don't mean you're a good football team. Yeah, no, you can be the Seattle Seahawks and have Kenneth Walker and fucking DK Metcalf and a revised Geno Smith. Y'all suck.
Yep.
Y'all are shitty. 4-4. Y'all are lucky y'all got those 4 wins. I would say the worst team with a winning record.
The records of a lot of these teams does not show how good a lot of these teams are.
Well,
or how
Denver
bad
has the same record as Baltimore. Pittsburgh has a better record than both of them.
Than most teams.
It's the records definitely don't tell the story for every team.
No.
and I would say the same for Buffalo, considering the teams they've beaten are still a combined record of something really bad. I can't do the math off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
no,
But
it's not going to get
it ain't
much better. But
it ain't nothing good because if you just go over the teams that they've beaten, I mean Miami lost, Jacksonville lost,
Yep.
but that's beside Arizona won, but they beat Miami, so that's besides the point.
Sure.
Either way, yeah, Buffalo won, but like I said, Seattle's not good. So
No.
give me Buffalo beating a good team, because they beat the Jets last week. So cool.
Who did?
Buffalo, or that was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago, who Buffalo
No?
beat last week?
I don't know.
It's fine.
Am I
It's
stupid?
fine. It's fine. I'll pull it up. I got
I
you
got it
right
right
here.
Titans.
There you go. So they beat
Yep.
but then last week they beat the Jets before that.
They beat the Jets before that, and they lost to the Texans before that. Lost to y'all.
Cool.
Beat the
Cool,
Jags.
cool,
Beat the
cool.
Dolphins.
So their
So, yeah.
3-game win streak is Jets, Titans, Seahawks.
Seahawks. Yep.
Sick.
And they've got the Dolphins next week, and then the Colts after that. So when they lose to, and then they got the Chiefs after that, they're gonna suck the balls off of both these teams and hype
Okay,
the
so
shit
the
out of them.
Bills will be 8-2 going into their Chiefs game, and then we'll really see. But the Chiefs, bro, you want to talk about the Chiefs because that's who's really pissing me off because this ain't even some bitter shit. It's just like they're 7-0 and they're so quiet right now. It seems like they even know,
They
I
all
mean,
know,
the
dude. Every
team, the
NFL fan,
fans,
Chiefs fans included, know they are not good.
like this is the quietest they've been.
They don't talk about them right now.
But like
They're not talking about them a lot.
during their entire dynasty, it was yap. I mean, Taylor ain't even going to the game. She's. So I gotta
But
perform.
this
I got
happened
an
early
extra show.
last year. It's like all of last year, the Chiefs were just somehow winning like little shitty games.
But they weren't undefeated.
No, they weren't undefeated, but they were still good
Being 7-0,
record wise.
I mean, but they popped that cherry week 1 and they lost to the Lions last year. I'm saying they're 7-0, and they are not really like. I don't hear a Chiefs fan. I don't hear a single Chiefs fan right now. Like, look at us, because they like. It's like they know, like y'all are. It's like y'all are 7-0, but when you that's the thing. You look at the Bills 6-2, Houston 6-2, Baltimore 5-3. It's like Detroit 6-1. It's like, are those teams better than y'all?
Yes.
Yeah, right now.
But then it's like, then they match up against the Bengals. They match up against the Ravens.
And it makes it makes sense.
And then there's little fucking, they're calling bullshit on you the entire game. The game is, what, a toe away from winning, and then
14 illegal formations in the first drive or whatever. I mean,
I'm glad that there's not a lot of hype about them, and I'm glad that hopefully a lot of these fans know. Because no, they're not scary. They're not that good, but they'll win fucking 12, 14 games this year, and they'll be in the Super Bowl or whatever. So,
well, let's see if we look, the Chiefs. I mean, they have. So consider they already had their bye week, but they got Tampa next week. Then they have Denver, Buffalo, Carolina, Vegas, the Chargers, Cleveland, Houston, and they finish their season Pittsburgh.
dude, I'm telling you, they will be 20-0.
So they might just go undefeated. And this might be the weakest undefeated team I have ever seen in my life. And it's
This
the
is
Chiefs.
the weakest.
And it shouldn't be. Like the Chiefs 7-0 should be Mahomes is MVP first place candidate. Travis Kelce's having the best season of his career. It's like there's absolutely, but like here's the thing. Diop's going.
Well, if we looked at the undefeated season in 07, it was like Brady's MVP. Randy Moss is the best receiver in the league. The fucking Patriots defense is phenomenal.
Yes.
We see none of that out of this fucking team.
Nothing.
Mahomes is playing just good enough to get by the entire time. They've beat nobody convincingly.
And then I don't know, but then you look at just how they're playing. You really would sit there if you looked at 90% of the Chiefs games, you'd sit there and be like, how the fuck are they? How are they winning?
How they won?
How are they 7-0?
2 straight Super Bowls, and they're 7-0.
But yeah, no, I don't know.
And Kareem Hunt's their leading rusher, so
and
props to them.
What pisses me off is like, yeah, no, they got D-Hop, and he's they don't even need him to go out and get 10 catches for 120 yards. He's going to go in there and get 3 or 4 catches and call it a day, maybe pull a hamstring or two, and that's going to be his career with getting a ring in Kansas City.
And honestly, none of these trades have really done shit yet. Well, Mark Cooper had 1 catch for 3 yards, and Devontae had a few catches, I think.
Yeah, give D-Hop 3 weeks, and he's the best receiver in the league. Because he's on the Kansas City fucking Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, which you weren't here last episode to talk about. But, yeah, no, I mean, D-Hop's a Chief.
D-Hop is a Chief. And everyone was like, oh, I can't believe they got D-Hop. It's like D-Hop has been... I mean, no one said a good thing about him in 5 years.
See, well, what I said was
4 years.
What I said last episode was, like, and he said I haven't played meaningful football in a few years. Now,
but he can sit there and say that's why he's like not top or whatever. But it's like,
I'm saying like more so like he could come in. Like I'm saying like so he might be coming into this Kansas City roster on this team with a better mindset. Of like, all right, finally I can win. Like maybe when he was on Arizona and Tennessee, in the back of his head, he knew like we ain't shit.
In the front of his head, he knew.
So he can come to Kansas City with that mindset and have a better attitude about it. But he can't go back into his body can't get health like it can get healthier than what maybe it was a week ago. But it's not going back in time to what he had 4 years ago with Arizona.
2018 D-Hop or whatever the fuck.
So. And I'm not saying he's going to be some injury-ridden Michael Thomas type receiver, but it's just
he's already miles beyond Michael Thomas.
Well, I mean injury-wise. Like I'm saying, this ain't. I don't think we're on the end of his. I don't think he's on the end of his career, but it's
no. But again, it's like difficult to gauge players on the Chiefs.
Yeah,
because they're going to continue to win.
And also, a couple years ago. A receiving core of Travis Kelce, D-Hop, and Juju, people would have been gassing.
Top tier.
I don't want to hear anybody.
Plus, you got Worthy and all that shit.
Yeah. I'm done hearing like for the rest of the year. The Chiefs have weapons. I don't want to hear shit.
Sure.
About they're doing this because no, it's like if Juju wasn't on the fucking Patriots and D-Hop's not on the Titans and they're on teams like the Chiefs playing with Mahomes, no, they're good again.
Yeah, like that's Juju was the leading wide receiver, when he won the Super Bowl, however many years, 2 years ago.
It's insane. It's just it's insane what the Chiefs can pull off. Buffalo, Seattle, Denver, Carolina. Are we even gonna talk about that game? I mean it happened. It's hilarious that Denver's 5-3. That's like the funniest thing in the NFL.
It's pretty nuts. Bo Nix, good game. Bryce Young, I don't know if he deserves a spot in the NFL.
What do you mean?
But we'll see.
What do you mean? The Panthers suck.
That is true,
like,
but
we're not doing this. We're not.
I know, but I don't know.
Yeah. If he can survive in Carolina, he gets a chance as long as as long as Anthony Richardson gets a fucking chance.
Bryce Young is better than Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
AR is not whoever, I don't know. Everyone just go look at Anthony Richardson's career as a quarterback. He's won maybe 6 games total. So it's not cool.
The man is not a quarterback.
No.
Devin, let's talk about another game. So the top 2 picks went up head to head.
Head to head, baby.
Commanders versus the Bears.
In all reality, we should have blown them the fuck out.
Thank you. I'm so glad you. Okay.
Like the fact that I would have felt the same way about how you feel about the Ravens. The game should never have been that fucking close. We were in the red zone 5 or 6 fucking times. We kicked fucking 6 fucking field goals or whatever the fuck it is. And it's just like, Jaden Daniels played great, and then every time we got up there, it was just fucking something happened or something gets fucking called back or whatever.
So I will.
Caleb didn't look good. The Bears suck. DeAndre Swift broke loose a few times and scored, but
it's gotta feel nice. Like all year, it's been like JD's
Yes.
better than Caleb, but now they like face off, and it's like,
Yes.
no, JD is
It's the
better
truth.
than Caleb. Like now you really get to
Yes.
watch like every other possession. You get to
You
compare.
get to truly compare.
How
And
good are they?
they keep talking about Jaden Daniels in this VR shit. I hope he keeps doing it because he looks incredibly comfortable out there. He runs his fucking team well. He's not an emotional wreck like Caleb is, yelling at everybody and doing this and doing that. He's fucking smooth the entire way. He this team wants to play for him. He's getting the ball to Terry like crazy. Terry's a dog.
But
I'm glad we won this game.
I will agree. Like y'all should have never been in that position.
Never. But it led to something
Devin,
pretty fucking sick.
Y'all had so far the best moment of the year.
Of course. That was sick.
And look, I'm not tooting horns or trying to hype myself up because you might have done the same exact thing. And I believe a lot of people did it because I mean, it's 50-50. But when, right before, I'm like,
yeah,
they're going to catch.
I'm going to be honest. I wasn't watching.
Wow.
I was working.
Wow.
And I stopped. So I watched some of the game. And I remember I looked at the score. There was like 30-some seconds left. I saw that the Bears had the ball, and they were up 3. And I was like, all right, fuck it. It's over. I turned my phone off. And then everyone was like, what the fuck? And, yeah, no, it was nuts. But it's awesome that we had that. It was a fucking sick-ass moment and having the fucking tip. But then you watch that fucking jackass. I don't know his name. The dude who fucking was taunting. Did you see that?
No, You
didn't see the alternate angle of the Hail Mary?
No,
So there's video of one of the DBs, number 29, who's back there. And as the Hail Mary play gets snapped, he's out there doing this and, like, fucking with the crowd and, like, pointing at the crowd and telling them, like, fuck off and all that shit. He's, like, assuming the game's over. So then he runs from the sideline. He's on the right sideline. Runs from the sideline. The ball's launched. He goes up. He's the one who tips it backward. And then now he gets shit on by the entire fucking Chicago fan base and might not have a job. But, yeah, pretty fucking sick.
The ball snapped. And, I mean, I was just sitting there and I was like, man, they're going to – and just the way – he was given all the time in the world. He's swiveling around. I was like, man, I was like, he's going to get it down there. And it's in the air. And I was,
he executed it perfectly. He runs out a little bit, buys some time, and then sets his feet. And just.
I was, And then when the ball went up, and as soon as it tipped, I was like, touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, because there was one person in the end zone.
Always. One in the back, one in the front.
Boom.
He was right there.
And it was.
I thought to me, it was like the AJ Brown one. That was tipped twice. The AJ Brown one against y'all, like 10 years ago or whatever.
10 years ago.
AJ Green, not AJ Brown.
Okay, yeah. That was.
But that was tipped twice or whatever. But yeah, I mean, we deserve the W on our record. We should have smoked the shit out of them.
Yeah, but also it is funny because I don't want to shit on Jaden at all, but it is funny how they're like, Jaden Daniels did it.
I know.
It's like, I mean, like, quarterbacks throwing a Hail Mary.
I know.
It's like, especially
he did throw a ball 65 yards. That is cool.
Like a tip drill. It's like, and not even to like compare, but like Aaron Rodgers throws like balls to players' hands in Hail Marys, like where it's like,
yeah. Well, kind of, yeah.
Ain't no kind of. There's no tip drill. It is straight.
Yes, that is true.
So but it is funny. It's like no, like the whole team, like the whole offense executed that perfectly. Like it was perfect.
Jaden spins out.
But even Romo, he was like, he's got the rib, his rib problem. I don't know if he's gonna be able to, because he made a comment said, they might want to put Mariota in because I don't know if I swear to God, he said they might want to put Mariota in because Jaden might not have the velocity with the rib injury.
We wouldn't have put him in that game if we thought that his bruised rib would have fucking held him back by any means. Dude, he threw a fucking 60-yard bomb to Terry.
Yeah, earlier in the game.
Early in the game.
Dude, imagine they're just. Marcus.
Yo, Mariota, get the
He
fuck
throws a
out of
40
here.
yard just junk ball. It's just, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly. No, Mariota is the dude whose arm you have to worry about. It's just because
Yeah,
his arm isn't as good.
that was.
Um, but I mean, it was a perfect throw. Like he had a huge arc on it. It
Mhm.
landed right where it needed to be, right on the goal line, essentially. Yeah,
And the only thing you
but
can do is Chicago. I mean, definitely not tipping it up.
well, it was that dude. If honestly, if he stayed on the sideline, there was a Bears player under the ball,
Mm.
so that ball could have been caught or tipped or batted down. But he runs in and tries to like block the shot, essentially.
But, or it's like,
Watch that play again.
but
It's
it's like also
stupid.
like as soon as the ball's tipped, it's like, bro, go tackle him. Like
Sure, yeah, someone
before,
fucking try to bat it out.
like why are you
But
like,
also there needs to be the Bears know like that the offense is going to have a dude break off in case of a tip.
yeah,
Have one of your dudes break off.
yeah, it's like I don't know,
Bat that shit down.
they like all ran to the
No,
ball.
a lot had to go wrong for that to happen. Which yeah, again, it's great that we did it and whatever, but a lot went wrong.
But that just goes to show like Chicago didn't win, deserve to win this game.
Fuck
they,
no.
they didn't deserve
The
to be in
guys
that
came down.
spot.
They said, "Hell yeah, this team's supposed to be 6-2."
6-2, like are you like now beginning of the year you were like, oh, I don't want to hype.
I still don't want
Bro,
to.
y'all are 6-2.
I know.
Y'all are winning the NFC East. You got
What's
the
crazy is like
offensive rookie of the year.
by
I mean,
far
y'all got
easy money.
y'all might go on a playoff run. Like this is what I mean.
The craziest thing is like, I mean, our defense doesn't look that bad either.
No.
It's like we got some dogs up there in the front. We got some dog linebackers. Again, still some struggles in the back, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. And yeah, the offense looks fucking great. Brian Robinson looks good, and Terry's showing why he needed a good quarterback.
It's shit. I mean, the Commanders are cooking.
And Jaden's that dude. So
I mean, yeah, he's offensive rookie of the year, hands down. But we knew this. We knew this coming in. See, that's the thing. Everybody was sitting there talking about Caleb Williams, and we were sitting here before week 1 even hit saying, we know who the offensive rookie of the year is.
Yep.
We know who the offensive rookie of the year is.
I mean, because it's all this talk about Caleb and he's hyping himself up and all this shit, and Jaden is a steady ass dude with a good head. Instead, you got Caleb, who's a fucking emotional fucking wreck, and yeah, no.
Dallas.
I'm glad he sucks.
Dallas versus San Fran.
What a shame. I mean, that game was. I know it was a 6-point game or whatever.
Yeah, we'll see.
That was all garbage time.
I
mean, they could have came back and won that game.
Okay,
They definitely could have.
It was garbage time, but it was more so like.
But it was 27-10.
It was more so like. I don't know. Like, I don't know if the Niners could have scored more.
Fair.
Like, I don't know. Like, I was gonna ask you. Like, I was gonna ask last episode if like Purdy. I mean, maybe it changes after this game, but like, I feel like he's definitely under a big microscope right now.
Yeah, but
like I didn't realize Debo was going to be back this game, so I thought he was going to be Debo-less, Brandon Ayuk-less, and
Sure.
Christian McCaffrey-less. So that was one thing I was like, I was putting him on a hot seat for that reason specifically.
Yeah,
but
I don't think that Brock is on the hot seat from the Niners. I think everyone thinks he is. Obviously, he's starting to show with all the injuries and everything that. Again, he's not. We know who he is. He's still a game manager. He's still not a top tier quarterback. Shit, Dak stinks. I don't even have a label for him. But no, I think the Niners know once they get McCaffrey back, Ayuk's done for the season, but once they start to really put this team together, Purdy can still go out there and win football games for them.
So, but if they don't spend the season with those players and they continue to be very, injury riddled, and Purdy is struggling, you got to think, if they can come back next year with a healthy Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, and they're not in a situation where they're losing a bunch of money getting rid of Brock Purdy, and bringing in a quarterback that's even better and could go do crazy things with that offense.
Sure.
And it's like,
What?
because I mean, how many times does San Francisco have to realize, like, yeah, y'all got a lot of talent, but y'all cannot, like, y'all are a win now talent. Y'all got win now talent, but not at quarterback. Everywhere, but at literally everywhere, but at quarterback is win now talent.
1,000%. The thing that sucks is like, I know Ayuk's young, but Debo's older. Kittle is mad old. And all of these dudes are still, Christian's getting older. There's still not even close to a guarantee that if we talk about next year that they'll be out on the field after week 3 or whatever. There's no guarantee that Kittle can last the entire season. There's no guarantee that McCaffrey won't get hurt again. But they don't have that. Like, they're building this team solely around Purdy. Because
well, they have to keep all these weapons around him.
They have to.
They have to
it's
keep
like,
that defense crazy. I mean,
if Lamar loses a receiver, it's like, fuck it, next man up. Who cares? Lamar's the guy who's going to win you football games.
Yeah.
But now it's like, yeah, you need Christian back out there. You need Kittle playing well. You need Debo playing well. Purdy will do enough.
And the Cowboys suck.
Dak is going to – see, Purdy's good enough to where he's not going to ruin a game. Dak will ruin games.
Dak is awful.
I don't think it's on purpose, but at this point, it seems like it's on purpose. And Zeke is still their leading rusher.
Like, for years, I never really bought into the Dak hype, but it's like, no, now at this point, it's like, what? Like, how could you have not, like, how can the fact that his best year was still his rookie season?
Yeah.
Like, how?
And they've paid him twice since.
How is that? Zeke left and came back, and they both of them had their best years their first year in the NFL. I don't think we've ever seen that before.
Especially not at this level. Like, again, if this was any other organization, both these dudes are gone or career backups.
Yeah. But you would think, like, Jerry Jones, like, what the fuck does he care for? It's like, all right, they suck. Get rid of him. Like, why does he care so much?
Yeah, I don't know. No, something is truly mentally wrong with Jerry. He doesn't want to win. I don't know what his motives are.
Money.
But for whatever reason, he loves paying his players for not doing shit. He kept Tony Romo around for 10 fucking years to do nothing.
I mean, Jerry Jones' motive is money. As long as he's paid.
Yeah, agreed. But then he's like, we're here to win. He's like, I'm the GM.
We're not making any trades before the deadline.
It's like, all right. I mean, have faith. That's a cool thing, but it's like, you got faith in a dumpster fire. But, I mean, there's still – I was going to say something worse, but they're still 3-4. So, they're not out of it, but they don't look very good.
Yeah, no, they suck.
Again, like, this game was not truly a 6-point game.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. And
the Niners put it on them early, and that was it.
The final game, Giants versus Steelers.
Yeah. I don't know. I was watching a little bit of it on the Manning cast, and it was just. Also, I'm done doing that. At first, I thought it was cool or whatever.
Thank you.
It's bad, dude. Because it's Peyton trying to ask Bill about, like, fucking, you remember the Super Bowl fucking 15 years ago? And then Bill goes on a fucking old man rant about how good fucking Stacey Jurgensen was from 1948. And then Peyton's still trying to call the game at the same time. Both of them, Peyton and Eli, are sitting there mouth open the entire fucking game. And then they brought fucking they brought Lawrence Taylor on. He's cracked out of his mind smoking a cigar and drinking, talking about the good old days. Fucking nuts, dude. It was a dumpster. It was crazy.
I told you, bro. It's a mess. There is a mess.
But no, it's such a mess. But it was, all defense in that first half, shit ton of field goals. And then, what's his name? Calvin Austin broke out, fucking 60-yard punt return.
But it's also like, no, when we say, like, all right, like, you got to worry because Cincinnati beat the Giants, but barely. You got to worry. Like
Yeah.
Philly beat the Giants, but like all on the back of Saquon. No, like the Steelers beat the Giants, but because they have the least competent quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, and team and offense and just maybe franchise period. Like they are an abysmal team.
Daniel Jones adds almost nothing to this team. Now, this game could have gone a couple different ways. They both had chances to score. I mean, fucking George Pickens had a touch. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
He had it.
Well, no, but he 1 foot in.
But it's like you were 3 yards in the end zone.
No, so he caught it.
Toe down.
Oh, well, yeah. I was gonna say, okay. I thought you were saying like
They knocked
it was a
him.
touchdown.
He was 3 yards away from the fucking.
He got hit.
The back of the end zone.
It was honestly a great defensive play. I mean, he hit him. Because he hit him right out of the.
He hit him perfectly.
Like before he could even get his foot down, the momentum just.
Well, so continued. I was watching it on the Manning cast, and they were like, "Well, they gotta go for the ball there and try to rip the ball out because it was up here like this." And then they review it. Fucking foot's not down. Great play.
I mean, you got to think.
Malik had a touchdown that he stepped out on.
I think with there was 3.5 minutes left, Russ fumbled at like the 30.
Fumbled.
Giants definitely could have capitalized on that. I mean, there was just like these Steelers, and this is no hate. Like I'm a Ravens fan, whatever. Like it's kind of like the thing. Like the Chiefs are 7-0 and they're pretty quiet. The Steelers are 6-2 and are kind of like.
Yeah, okay, they just robbed the bank, dude.
Cool. They are absolutely robbing the bank.
They robbed
like
a big ass jewelry store.
So it is what it is. I mean, and I'm gonna give it to them. Like, no, I'm worried. I'm worried about their defense. Like, just because it's the simple fact that like we could easily get embarrassed by George Pickens. Like it doesn't like we could clamp Russell Wilson, but he can just chuck it up to Pickens and like could come down with it. But it's like if they have a great, I mean, it would definitely be a game where Lamar is gonna have to just manage around TJ the entire time.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know.
I think they can.
Every time, I think who did you all play 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, Tampa.
Yeah. Tampa. It's like they were trying to blitz Lamar. It's like none of that worked. Didn't work this week. Like when there's pressure coming for Lamar, slip. He's either running it or he's finding the open receiver because there's fucking a linebacker or a DB in the backfield.
And I don't care who you are. You could be TJ Watt, best defensive player in the league.
You're not going to impact the game that much.
But you got
Lamar's out there.
But you got Lamar and Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Lamar and Derrick Henry.
Now you can contain. That's the way to contain Derrick is right up front. Once you let him get a few yards of speed, that's when he's dangerous. But if they can contain him up front. But the problem with Lamar is he'll put that on you, and then you're done.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, cleat in the dirt, or Lamar puts his cleat in the dirt. Even if you're TJ Watt,
you're lost.
He's gone.
Now TJ, can hit Derrick because Derrick's just going to try to run through you every time.
Yeah. Which I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't think that team scares me one bit offensively. I think your guys' linebackers can get to Russ, can create problems.
I would hope so. Got to contain.
We saw that a little bit tonight. The fucking Giants line isn't that bad.
The Giants defense isn't that bad.
They lead the league in sacks. Dexter Lawrence is a fucking. I didn't realize he was that fucking big. That's a motherfucker. He looks like Michael Pierce.
All right. Now that we got these games over with, just if you wanted to know, you're 80-43.
You are?
You're 80-43. That's your total record this season. I'm 82-41.
Nice. What was I this week?
This week you were 11-5.
Cool.
The only game we disagreed on was San Fran and Dallas.
I said Dallas.
Yeah, why did you pick Dallas?
I picked Dallas because Ayuk was out. It was less of like the San Fran was bad. It was more of like Dallas needs a fucking win. And it's kind of like the same thought with the Jets where it's like, which week are they going to prove that they're a decent football team? Clearly, we might not see that. So,
all right, we got MVPs. We got MVPs. We got some contenders.
Jameis is 1, 2, and 3. So suck it.
So we do have Kyler Murray, who was 26 of 36, had 307 yards, 2 touchdowns, got all the winning out of him with his arm. Didn't even need to run. I think he had like 20 rushing yards, maybe that. Kirk Cousins,
James Conner's a dork.
Kirk Cousins, 23 of 29, 276 yards and 4 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts was 16 of 20 with 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 37 rushing yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. Justin Herbert, 20 of 32, 279. He had 2 touchdowns and, surprisingly, 49 rushing yards. Bo Nix, 28 of 37, 284 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. And Thursday night, you had Matt Stafford, 25 of 34, 279 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Now, I watched all these games, but I watched every throw Jameis Winston threw. He's not getting an MVP vote from me.
No.
I'm sorry. He's
of course
not. It's not happening.
I mean, yeah, it is funny, but no.
It's great. He did get to check a thing off of our bingo list, though. One of our bingo things were a Jameis Winston game-winning drive. So there you go.
How beautiful.
We got to knock it off.
Also, his pregame speech was good.
I didn't hear it.
He goes, I don't know. He just fucked up because he said we fight for the name on our helmets, and he was like, "Oh shit, we don't got no decal on our helmets."
But that's better. Did he say that? He said, "Oh shit, we don't got no."
Yes.
Okay, that's even better though.
He realized it immediately.
That's even better though.
Nothing on his helmet.
Yeah,
it's the only team in the league with nothing on their helmet.
Jameis needs to be like a stand-up. Like he could just give him a mic. He could just
I think he needs like a McAfee type of show. Just give him a mic and have him stand around a bunch of people.
He's the one that could have like a Cam Newton style where he's just talking,
where he can do everything himself.
Just talking to some guy off the camera, like
yes.
I don't know. Like
Cam needs someone to be like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
And Jameis would be funny. Like Jameis was like, I want some crab legs.
Because Jameis can just stand around and talk. He can talk to a mirror.
Yes.
For 8 hours and be totally fine.
He could.
He's hilarious.
MVPs though. So it's a little tricky because, you got Jalen Hurts, 3 rushing touchdowns, only 4 incompletions, had 236 yards and a passing touchdown. And it wasn't all tush push.
They weren't tush pushies?
Not all of them. Maybe 1 or 2, but either way, I'm definitely considering Hurts. Kirk, 23 of 29, 4 touchdowns, 276 yards. I
would give something to Bo Nix because I picked him up in fantasy on both my teams, but it was against the Panthers. Yeah. Like if we had given Bo 1, we should have given Marcus Mariota 1.
Yeah.
But no, I like Hurts 1.
You like Hurts at 1?
Okay. Can I put Caleb Williams beautician at number 2? Or cosmetologist or whatever.
Jalen Hurts, but then Kirk going up against Tampa's Matt Stafford going up against Minnesota's defense. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I mean,
I would.
I let Matt Stafford, 25 of 34, 279, 4 touchdowns, did throw a pick, but against that defense,
yeah.
I mean, come on.
I want Stafford 3.
I'm going Stafford 1, but okay. So you want Stafford at 3?
Stafford 1.
I want Stafford at 1. He put up the best game versus the best defense in the league.
He also had Puka and Cup back.
Okay.
I don't know.
Jalen Hurts also has Saquon, Devontae, and
also,
AJ. So
can we look into the Rams? Was Puka really like fucking an hour before the game? They're like, oh, he's good to go magically. He's all good.
Oh, I don't know. Are we gonna pull this card now?
Well, no, but they announced Cooper Kupp.
They do it with AR every week. I mean,
well, no one gives a shit.
Well, I'm just saying, like I.
But I'm saying, like game plan wise, it's either like Cooper Kupp and Tutu Atwell, or it's like two dogs and Cooper and Nakua.
I would imagine
You know
Minnesota.
both of them are going to play this game.
I would imagine Minnesota was smart
Ready?
enough to be
I bet
ready
they were
for
ready.
whatever whatever was gonna they were gonna throw at
Agreed.
them. But I mean, maybe
Also, controversy face mask.
yeah,
But also,
that was that.
there's no knowing they could
Yeah,
have had a shot at winning that game.
they could have went down and scored 8 points
Yeah.
and won and tied the game and went overtime and won. But
Yeah.
no, I'm going Stafford 1. I mean, I know it was almost a week ago, but it still happened. I'm giving him the points.
It's true.
I
I'll
will
take Staff 2
Okay, so you want Stafford at 2.
and Kyler 3.
Kyler 3. Okay, so Kyler at 3, Hurts at 1 for you. I'll give Hurts the nod at 2. I'll give Hurts the 2. Kyler Murray 300 yards, 300 yarder. Walk off tutty like you said.
Walk off field goal.
Was it?
Mhm.
Was it not? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
We
yeah,
had to walk off Teddy.
Yeah, okay. I'll give Kyler third. I'll give Kyler third. So our votes. I got Matt Stafford first place. You got Jalen Hurts first place. I got Jalen Hurts second place. You got Stafford second place. We both got Kyler at third place. All right. Okay.
Beautiful.
That's cool. Let's talk some NBA. So did you see the new statue?
It's a real shame that not only did they pick like that moment. Like I get that that's a cool moment. You stand up on the fucking thing and shout at the crowd. Nowhere near Dwayne Wade's best moment as a Miami Heat player.
Yeah.
But that looks like Dwayne Wade if he was on the streets for 38 years. That is not
the
Dwayne
best
Wade.
I saw was the best thing was that they sculpt that by memory.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, I bet you could do it better by memory. It was horrendous. The fact that they, like, I mean, they must have worked on it, like, I don't know who looked at that and said, yeah, keep that. It must have been like a small budget. Hey, we're doing one of these. I don't care what it looks like. And then there was like a video of him looking at his son, and they're both giggling. And they're like, oh, look, what a wholesome moment. It's like, no, these dudes they're pissed. This looks like shit. That's going to be there forever. Fucking Doug Peterson looks better in fucking Philly.
God, yeah, no, I hope they touch it up a little bit, maybe fix it up a little bit.
Just chop the head off and make a new head because it looks horrible.
Yeah, it needs a new head.
Give him a, like, why don't they call the dudes who do like the fucking NFL Hall of Fame? All those look good.
Yeah, they do.
They're perfect.
They do. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, I don't think budget's a problem.
Pat Riley's cheap.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. So I saved this because I wanted to do this with you. Award predictions for the NBA. We got 3 of them. We got MVP, DPOY, and Rookie of the Year.
Do I know rookies?
I'm going Zach Edey. Just get that out the way. I'm going Zach Edey, and Wemby's winning DPOY. The real conversation is who's winning MVP.
Yeah, no, I agree with Wemby.
And
just for my team's sake, I'll give it to Alex Sarr for Rookie of the Year. But
I just don't know if this is going to be another year of, all right, we're giving to this big
man battle.
Joel and Jokic. I feel like there might be a lean towards some more versatile, more just exciting players to watch. Maybe just not a big.
Yeah.
So that's definitely who I'm going to consider today. Now, obviously, yeah, Jokic is going to be in the conversation.
Embiid probably.
Mad hiccups. Jokic is going to be in the conversation. Embiid can come back healthy and be in the conversation, but there's obviously all the hype around SGA, which is, I mean, obviously there for a reason. And then I think people are overlooking what Luka could possibly, do this season.
Now, I think that I don't know. I think that Luka might be at more of a disadvantage this year than he was last year.
Why?
Klay Thompson.
Yeah, but that's just. I mean, honestly, that's just more assists for bro to clean up off the wing. Like, I mean,
That's fair.
I mean, it's just.
I don't know. I think that SGA, if he plays like he did last year, has a better shot than Luka does.
See,
Luka's gonna just have to spread that love.
it's like,
but
does Luka lose his shots, or is he just passing as much as he usually does, but more getting knocked down?
fair.
So that's just gonna add to his, it's just gonna add to
True.
his assist count. I
mean,
don't.
shit, but he was averaging 9 some last year, and they were like, yeah, SGA and Jokic are way better than this fucker.
What if he ends up averaging 12? I mean, we just don't know. But I will tell you, and I know you hate the man, but he has started off hot.
I agree.
He started
off real hot, and
say it.
I gotta give it to him.
Say it. Say his name.
I can't say that.
Say his name and say that he is in the MVP conversation, Devin. Who's in the conversation?
I'm trying to think of a bad name for him, but I don't feel like it. Yeah, Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. He heard all the noise. He heard all the noise. Oh, I'm corny.
Well, all right.
I'm corny. Well, I'm just saying, the first shot of the season, cash. Tatum for 3.
Yes.
And
Okay.
it was just a nice start to the season and for his MVP resume.
I want to set it all straight. He is corny. He will be corny forever. When it comes to him speaking, he's not a star.
Joe Mazzulla's cornier.
Joe Mazzulla's cornier than... Yeah. They're both corny as fuck. Titan's just fucking quiet and weird, and they're both weird. But... I don't know. There was all that shit like, oh, Tatum, this is a revenge tour, blah, fucking blah. It's like, what happens if, like, this doesn't, like, I know he started off super hot, but what do you do when you're playing like shit or when you're not as good?
What if he don't?
You think he's going to play like this all year?
I mean,
they're like, oh, yeah, you better fucking play me.
That's what MVP candidates do. That's what happens. You think SGA is going to play like this all year? You think Luka's going to play like this all year? You think Jokic is going to play like this all year? I think so.
Maybe.
I think
but
so.
I don't know. I don't see this as a revenge anything. Like, they still won gold. It's like, it doesn't make any sense to why you didn't have to be out there. I get that you wanted to be out there, whatever the fuck, but I don't like the Celtics team, but they're very good.
Out of all them stars, he got the freshest legs.
Fair.
They didn't want to play him in the Olympics. All right.
And apparently he's top 5.
Yeah.
I hate how he says that. Top 5 when I get a haircut.
Okay.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're weird.
He can be top 5. So, the Luka love.
No, he meant looks wise.
Whatever. I don't care about that.
Pause yourself with that one.
The Luka love is cool. The SGA love is cool.
Yeah.
The big man love is boring. Tatum plays like this, continues to play like this season. We might just have the corniest man in the league be MVP this season.
He definitely can. I'd like to see some love thrown Bron's way if he plays really well this year. I guess Bron's always up there and always playing well, and no one ever appreciates him. Also, Bronny James. Put him in the MVP conversation.
Don't be a dick.
For the G League. So fun. I mean, I'm sorry. And I know that we talked about how Bronny might actually be good, but why put the kid in for 3 fucking minutes and then say, get out of here, and then not put him in?
G League, though.
I know, but then why have him on the team?
I don't know.
It was just for that moment. It was just so that Bron could say that his son played on the same team as him, so that Ken Griffey Jr. and his dad could be there, so they could fucking report it and put it on the news. Now you got some fucking kid who's clearly not good enough to be in the NBA.
Did it hurt them?
No, but it's just dumb.
Did they win?
It's like, make the kid fucking deserve it,
Did they win?
Yes.
Okay. Then who cares?
Because Bronny wasn't on the court.
Then who cares? He was. He played. I mean, he played.
3 minutes. Yeah, he put up 2 shots and fucked off.
He had a rebound.
Yeah, he did.
look,
He
I'm
put a
just
stat on
saying
the sheet.
we knew bro was gonna be in the G League this season.
Of course.
I'm not gonna sit here and expect anything out of Bronny James. If anything, no, the Lakers need to fucking figure it out.
And if anything, Dalton Connect, he's got a clip on him.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. But the Lakers, I like them. I like their defense. They got, I mean, between AD, Bron, Hachi, and Jackson Hayes, I mean, they're a problem defensively, but the depth at guard, that's the only problem I got.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
the depth there.
Sure.
But yeah, no.
Now, I know I shit on what's his nuts, their head coach, but their vibes seem good right now.
JJ Redick.
Till he gets fired midseason or whatever the fuck happens.
Nah.
You never know with this fucking team.
JJ's fine, except for lying when he was like, yeah, it was like a dead ball play and everybody started cheering and I was like so confused on why. It's like, you knew why. It's because Bronny and LeBron were getting subbed in together.
That was such a fucking Hollywood bullshit.
That was like when Dan Campbell was like, I had no clue. Jared.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's like, yeah,
he was throwing perfect.
Bullshit. It's like someone was in your.
I would have given that ball to him.
Someone was in your ear.
Now that's way more believable.
No, I don't know. Someone was in your ear.
Than having Bronny James on the bench and not knowing he's going in.
I don't know. Somebody was in his ear going like, "You need to run this ball."
That's fair.
Jared
that is
a
true.
Perfect game. Or Sirianni's like, "Hey, Saquon's 13 yards away. You sure you don't want to like?"
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to put him in?
Jeez, Sirianni knew.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Coaches know. They're keeping track of this shit.
But
before we get out of here, Thursday night football, week 9. We're officially halfway through the regular season. We actually
nuts.
have. You said what?
It's nuts.
It is. We spent a long time complaining about no football, and now we're halfway through it. Which is fine. We're here. There's still so much that we don't even know.
Everything's still up in the air.
All of it is up in the air.
The only thing I do know is that Anthony Richardson
sucks.
Is a bad quarterback. And apparently an idiot. So
that's disappointing. I didn't know bro did that. But Thursday night football. We finally have a good Thursday night, possibly?
We don't know.
Potentially.
Probably not.
It could be good.
Maybe.
This could be a good.
It could be great.
It should be a good game. Like,
it's in Houston, though.
Yes.
I feel like the Jets have played every single week on prime
New York,
time.
yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna say in New York.
And in New York, and in prime, all over. They're all over the fucking place.
Now you got no Diggs. You got the Jets coming off of a New England loss. You got Houston coming off of
Colts.
A cool, like I said, Houston's cool. A cool win versus Indianapolis. But honestly, I mean, are we gonna play this game anymore? Like, I don't know how many more times I can go. I mean, the Jets, they have it. Like, they could, like, because here's the thing: they got all the pieces in the world to turn it around yesterday and figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly.
But like we said, it's like they can't lose. They may losing one more game might just be the death of them this season.
No, losing one more will probably be the death of them. But it's crazy how they're like, yeah, we're about a Devontae Adams away from being the best team in the league. We don't know why, but we know that he knows how to play sometimes
with Aaron
football.
Rodgers.
But again, at the same time, it's like they didn't win anything with a better organization.
No.
What the fuck do we expect them to do now?
But I will say, like, I'll be okay.
But
what's that?
There's something in me where it's like faith and hope.
There's something that's telling me they
have to. This is a must-win game.
Are you gonna pick them though?
I don't know. Like, I want to see Houston win. I also want to see the Jets win because they need to. Like, Aaron needs to be in a. Because once they lose this game, we're not going to talk about Aaron really much.
There's nothing to.
We're not going to talk about that Jets team at all.
There's nothing to talk about.
It doesn't matter.
They suck.
I hope it's a great game.
Mm-hmm. I hope
honestly,
it's a great game. Yeah.
I think that the Texans might be harder to beat.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe stupid, but I think without Diggs. Like, I think that they can play really well without Diggs. So long as Tank and Nico are healthy, no,
and Joe Mixon.
and Joe Mixon and the rest of that team. So
I mean,
um,
Diggs, no Diggs.
I don't think that doesn't scare me.
I got Houston. I mean, it's just, and it's like, all right, if this is the game I'm wrong and the Jets finally turn it on,
Perfect.
cool,
Thank you.
whatever.
Yes, good.
But as of right
In
now,
all faith, I can't take a team that just lost to the Patriots and say they're going to go out and beat C.J. Stroud and the Texans.
but and that and just the rest of the other 7 weeks of the NFL season, there's absolutely no reason to believe on a short week the Jets are going to fly into Houston and beat the Texans. It's just not. It ain't gonna happen.
Makes no sense.
So give me Houston. Yeah, give me Houston.
Yeah, give me Houston.
And with that being said, we predicted Thursday Night Football for next week. We talked every Week 8 game, including Baltimore's loss to Jameis, Commanders' Hail Mary, Dallas being dog shit, Kansas City being 7-0, Seattle being awful, Miami being awful. Did Kyle Pitts score? No. We talked some NBA. Dwayne Wade's terrible statue. Who's winning MVP? Probably a big.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Damn
I mean,
shame.
it's Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yes. The Yankees suck. Fuck the Yankees. Not a Dodger fan by any means, but in all actuality, I think they deserve this. I'm a Freddie Freeman fan. He's a baseball player. Very good. What a guy. But yeah, so it's 3-0 right now in the series, and damn near impossible for them to come back.
Wow. All right.
The last comeback was 2016, and that was 3-1. The Cubs won.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably assume that's not happening.
Yeah, no. With 2 more games minimum in LA.
Yeah, no, I could probably, yeah. I put my money on the Dodgers.
I hope they sweep them. I don't want to see Yankees win 1 game, so hopefully it ends tomorrow.
Cool. I'll take it.
In New York.
But I guess with all that being said, we'll be back next episode to discuss Thursday Night Football between the Texans and the Jets. Predict all of Week 9's games. Maybe talk some college football, maybe some NBA, anything. We're going to talk about whatever's going on. Brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We'll be back on Saturday. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
Squabble.